Okay. I just really needed to sit down and talk about something because I just can't sit around and not say something. And I had been debating on if I wanted to make a post, if I wanted to talk to the person directly, if I wanted to make a video like I am. And I wrote out a post. I put it on Facebook but privated the post. I wrote an Instagram post. I wrote out a tweet. I posted about it on my private Instagram, and and I've talked to all my friends and stuff, and I just can't sit around and be quiet about it. So, since it's Pride Month, I wanted to talk about something that is really hard for the community to deal with, and it's been something that the community has always dealt with. And I want to first say that it is important for people who celebrate Pride to celebrate the trans people of color who built the foundation of this community, who died, who fought for everything that we have now. And to ignore them and pretend like what they did wasn't important is completely unacceptable. And I think that's something that the community definitely has struggled with in the past, is just ignoring where we started, and that is with trans people of color. So that being said, I don't want to name names. Obviously, if you're watching this, you know who it is, and if the person is watching this, you know who you are. And if you'd like to talk to me, you know what my Instagram is, you know what my Facebook is, even though I unfriended you. So feel free to contact me if that's what you want. So someone I know, and someone who I was friends with, someone I went to school with, posted some things recently that I just need to discuss and open a conversation about. And I think it's important for the community, for people I know, people in my life, and people who are uneducated. So let's just get into it. I think I'm just gonna pull up on my laptop. I kind of want this to be a stream of consciousness, so I'm probably not gonna do a whole lot of editing to it. I just want to pull up the post and kind of talk about specific points so I stay on track here, because it's been quite a few days of me just being really frustrated, emotional, sad, angry, and I just need to kind of be able to process everything in a proper manner without being problematic. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I don't think I can see the original post because I unfriended this person. Okay, so let's start here. I found the original Instagram post, and the first thing is #Pride. So obviously, public domain, anyone can use the #Pride. But to use it is and should be socially to support the community. It is for people of the community to use as a way to find each other, as a way to hashtag that they are proud. It is a way for people and allies to support by hashtagging Pride, a way for people to portray their ways of celebrating Pride. What it is not is a way for someone to hashtag it and then follow it by a whole bunch of false information and just spreading a whole bunch of lies. And that's where I have a problem with it, is because #Pride is something very specific and sacred to the community, and so taking it and using it in front of something that is completely anti-LGBTQ+ is so wrong and unacceptable that it just literally drives me crazy, and I can't not talk about it because this is my community. I need to stand up for what I believe in. I need to stand up for the people that I love. So that was my first issue, is that you can't use Pride and then follow it by anti-pride things. This post and what I'm talking about is someone who said that they were gay and then God saved them from that. And that is something I have a lot of issues with, because being openly gay and knowing and going through all the hard things, not even the most hard things that people have gone through, to say that God saved you and then hashtag it pride is not pride. That is not what pride means. You saying that you were straight and cleansed of your homosexuality is not pride. And it's wrong, because that tells people that being gay is a choice, and it is absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the fact that this person is saying that is so disgusting. It is really just truly unacceptable, and I can't support something that goes against everything I believe in. So let me just read through this and see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I guess my biggest thing with this is saying that you are cleansed of your homosexuality tells anyone reading it who is younger and questioning their sexuality that they're wrong, that they shouldn't do what they're doing, that God will save them, that there is no other choice, that you're sinning, you shouldn't act upon it, you shouldn't be how you are. And it's so wrong, and that is why people have died, people have committed suicide, people have mental illnesses. That is literally why all this happens, is because people like this will tell people that they are wrong in what they are. And it's so disgusting to see that kind of behavior, especially in this time of age that we're in. It's so progressive now, and people are so accepting. And then you see things like this from people you know, people you went to school with, and it's just disappointing. I think I'm gonna pull up the statement that I wrote and just read through it, because this was my initial thoughts. And so I think if I read through it, I will be able to portray them, because I feel like I'm all over the place. And yeah, let's just read this. So being an openly gay man, I've had to deal with a lot of things in my life, from mental illness to discrimination to loss of people in my life. Those things are considered minor when compared to what trans people of color went through for our community. The LGBTQ plus community has struggled for decades to get to where they are now, which I will say is nowhere near equality. I have always been someone to speak my mind and defend what I believe in. As I see more and more negativity spread on my timeline and news, it becomes harder and harder to bite my tongue. And that's something I just want to say is, like, I'm sorry if this upsets anyone. I'm sorry if you don't agree with me. But, like, I have to say something at this point. And over the past couple of years, I've taught myself to just bite my tongue and acknowledge differences and move on. But I feel like this is more than differences. This is damaging to our community, to people who read it, and people who are questioning their sexuality. It's so damaging, and it's just false. It is just false. I know people have their own struggles, and I've heard and given time to others' opinions. What I won't stand for is someone using the name of my community to spread false information. Another thing is using the term coming out. I don't want to say that it's only for the LGBTQ plus community, but it's our way of publicizing our sexuality, and it's a way that we have always used. We used coming out as our term to publicly say, this is who I am, and I'm accepting it. And to say you're coming out as someone who has been cleansed of homosexuality and is now straight is just defeating. It negates anyone in the past who has come out, seriously come out, and has to live being openly whatever they are, and has to live with that and face all the problems that it comes with. And for someone just to be like, I'm coming out as straight and not gay anymore, is just wrong. It just is wrong. Conversion therapy and the use of religion to cleanse the gay out of people has been used for decades. It has been detrimental and harmful to the community since its origin, and many people have lost their lives from it. It is completely ignorant to spread the belief that God will cleanse you of your homosexuality. That spreads the message that gay is a choice, which it is not. That also shows younger generations that their sexuality isn't valid and shouldn't be acted upon. That is also false. If you decide not to act upon it, that's your decision, and I obviously respect that. But it's another thing to tell people they shouldn't. You can't tell people what to do, and you can't tell people that God is telling them what to do, because God loves everyone. And for you to say that you can be cleansed it's just wrong, and I've said the same thing over and over again. It's just wrong. Messages like these also spread the falsehood that you can't be gay and religious. It shows younger generations that you must choose a life with God or choose a life of being who you are. That is another thing that is detrimental to anyone reading what this person posted, is you can choose religion and your sexuality 100%. There's no reason why you shouldn't. And this person is saying that they chose God over their sexuality and that was the right thing to do. And I think that's just incorrect. You can be religious and you can be gay, you can be religious and trans. It is a matter of if that religious community will accept you, but you still can be a person of faith and still be of a different sexuality. So yeah, I think that's basically all I have to say. Oh, another issue I had was #NoLongerGay. I just don't understand, like, what makes that okay, and what kind of message you're trying to spread to the community. You're literally saying that the people who died, the people who have been abused, the people who have been kicked out, the people who don't have families, the people who started all of this don't matter because #NoLongerGay. I just think there's such a lack of respect for love, for care for the LGBTQ community, and I literally just can't sit here and just be fine with that. Also, another thing is that, well, there was another post that was brought to my attention. It basically says you'll never be happy if you don't give up your sexuality for God, and that's wrong, clearly. I'm happy with my sexuality. I have always been happy since I came out about that. People who are in loving relationships are happy with or without God, and I respect if you are leaving your sexuality behind, but the message you are using to do so is so beyond wrong. And I think that's just all I have to say. It's just disturbing to see #gaypride and #pride on a post that is anti-pride. It is not loving to the community in any way, shape, or form. And I think that's just that, and I think I'm gonna leave it there. I won't be posting, hopefully, any more about this. And like I said, if this person ever ends up watching this, clearly you can talk to me. But just know that what you're doing is very detrimental, and I'm sorry for whatever led you to come to this conclusion. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys.